Rick Warren, one of the most successful wolves in the Christian world. Now, you're going to see in the first clip his book collection, which is a testimony against him of where he gets his wisdom, from the words of men rather than the words of God. I can't believe I have to even expose this, but
sometimes one book can open the door to a whole lot of other things in your life. So if you know purpose-driven life, it can open the door. Go ahead, Carrie. Hit the button. Yeah, hit it again.
Okay.
There you go. Then it opens the door to a whole new library of wonder. But go on in. Go all the way to the end, guys. Go all the way in, guys. Go all the way to the end. So, let me explain this.
Wow.
My father was a pastor for 50 years and was on the staff of a seminary. My mother was a librarian and a seminary bookstore manager. So they taught me to have a love for books. I started collecting at 14 and I read a book a day for many, many years. So I now have over 4,000 books signed by authors. I have Luther's commentary on Galatians, signed by Luther. I have a little booklet called Some Friendly Advice to Our Brothers in the Colonies. And it's hand-signed John Wesley.
Wesley?
Yeah, Wesley. Wesley wrote it. This is the original oil painting of Charles Spurgeon, the pastor I was telling you about, greatest pastor of the 19th century. This guy led my great-great-grandfather to Christ and sent him to America as a church planter. That's why Warrens are here.
this guy just tickles the ears of Protestants, Catholics, and Muslims. Doesn't mention the gospel, doesn't mention Jesus Christ's death, burial, resurrection, doesn't mention obedience to Christ.
Assalamu alaikum. I want you to know how deeply and profoundly and truly humbled I am to be with you here tonight. Of all the people in the world, you invited me. Let me just get this over real quickly. I love Muslims. We're never going to agree on everything. That doesn't mean we can't love each other, we can't be friends, we can't respect each other, and we can't work on things like poverty, disease, illiteracy, and things like that. And I come here tonight as a Christian pastor, and I reach out my hand to the Muslim community, and I say, let us work on these issues together. Let us work on these issues together. We have to care about each other. We have to care about each other. And integrity is not perfection. Otherwise, none of us would ever have integrity, because nobody's perfect. In fact, I've discovered God only uses imperfect people. Otherwise, nothing would get done. How do we work together when we have differences? Because we have differences. So what? Does it mean we can't work together? Does it mean we can't love each other? I thank you for inviting me here tonight. I honor you as Muslim Americans who love freedom, who love this country as much as I do. God bless you. We have far more in common than what divides us. When you talk about Pentecostals, charismatics, evangelicals, fundamentalists, Catholics, Methodist, Baptist, Presbyterian, on and on and on. Well, they would all say, we believe in the Trinity, we believe in the Bible, we believe in the resurrection, we believe salvation is through Jesus Christ. These are the big issues.
God's word warns us not to eat or even keep company with anybody who considers himself a brother, but he's an idolater. He needs to correct them, not just hang out with them and confirm them in their sin.
Sometimes Protestants think that Catholics worship Mary like she's another God, but that's not exactly Catholic doctrine. There's the understanding, and people say, well, what are the saints all about? Why are you praying to the saints? And when you understand what they mean by what they're saying, there's a whole lot more commonality. Now, there's still real differences, no doubt about that. But the most important thing is, if you love Jesus, we're on the same team.
The authorities of the Catholic Church do not love Jesus because they don't obey him. Jesus said, if you love me, obey my commands. He said, not everybody who calls to me, Lord, Lord, shall enter in, but only him who does the will of my Father which is in heaven.